Hi, Lynn McDonald here, and today I'm going to be covering section 3 of the System for Success training, retail, and this one is going to be how to retail with the catalogues, building a strong customer base. Now you get free books if you purchase the digital kit, that's the online kit. With your kit, you'll get 5 of the main book, 5 of this K-Life, 5 of the sale catalogue, and snappy bags and order forums. So, how to use your free catalogues? Well, you want to use them to help you to start to build your customer base and generate sales. So, we're going to be giving them to everybody we can think of. So, write a list. Write a list of everyone you can think of that you would like to give the book to. Friends, family, work colleagues, people from the nursery that you meet, people from the school playground that you meet, neighbours. Make sure though that you only leave the book with them for 24 to 48 hours maximum. You want to get the books back as quickly as possible to allow you to give them to the others on the list. And there's some fabulous stories out there in new people generating £200 and £300 worth of sales in their first few days from friends and family. And remember to give them a book every 5 weeks as they're building a customer base. So Cleanies, they also give you some incentives to help you on your journey in your first 60 days where you can actually receive welcome rewards and earn free catalogues, or you can choose dropship credits or leads. Speak to the person who introduced you regarding this, but if you're wanting the catalogues, you can actually, as soon as you hit £150, you'll receive a free reward and you can choose the catalogues. When you hit 600, you'll receive 2 more, and then in your first 60 days, once you do another 600, taking you to 1200 cumulative orders, you'll get another 2 free rewards. So you can actually get 5 retail packs in total to help you build up your customer base. So how do we prepare the books? First of all, you want to make every pack the same. Now, the reason for this is we take records to see if people have looked at the book or not looked at the book. And if we don't make every pack the same, we're not going to know if the customer has looked at the book. Make sure you put name and address labels on the books and especially the order forums. Print off callback slips, which I'm going to show you. Your sponsor will send you them. And put the main book to the front with the callback slip for the day you're going to collect it. And the special log, the sale catalogue and the order form to the back, clearly visible. And what I would advise is use a highlighter pen to highlight the email section and the telephone number. Telephone number is handy to have for arranging delivery, and the email, of course, because we're wanting to get them online too. Prepare your catalogues the day before you're going to deliver them if possible. This is a business where people can put things off. So if they're not prepped the day you're going to put them out, it may be easier to put it off. So if possible, get them prepped in advance. Know where you're going with the catalogues and don't change your mind for any reason. Get a street map. You can go to streetmap.com and find out how many houses are in the streets. And you're looking for 5 weeks worth of houses. And that's dependent on how many books you are working with. So open up a Clean Easy folder in your documents. 2 subfolders, retail and sponsor, which is the team building. Now, you may not want to sponsor at the moment, but you may change your mind. Your sponsor, that's the person that introduced you, will send you all you need for your retailing templates, and you just want to save them into your retail folder. They're all done in Microsoft Word, and so you can now just insert your own details. If you don't have Microsoft, you can go to the library or speak nicely to your sponsor I'm sure they'll be happy to change the details for you. And here's a template. It's a weekly planner. Callback slips, which is the slip that tells the customer who you are and when you'll be back. Sorry I missed you. Thank you for your order. Sorry I missed you again. And track your retail. And here's a weekly planner, and as you can see, they've got 4 things at the top. 1, enter your own commitments. 2, enter the meetings and the trainings. You want to work your retail and your activity around the meetings and trainings if you want to build a successful business. Retail plan and then your activity plan. So there you go. Enter your own commitments, enter the meeting dates, and enter your retail plan. Once you've decided what you want to earn, your sponsor can help you with your retail planner to make sure that you achieve this goal. The amount of time you commit to your cleaning as a business shall depend on exactly what you want to achieve from it. So you put in your work, your fun, the kids, family, chores, clean easy. Plan your route. Get a map and break it into 5 areas. Make sure that you start close to home. You don't want to be going for miles, you want it to be cost effective. So you can see the little man there with his map, and you live in the middle, and you want as much as possible to be in a circle around your area, and it will depend on what your actual street looks like, but as much as possible try and make one area close to the next, and don't jump from street to street. We call it flitting. Don't flit. What would make you move streets? You might see an Avon book on the doorstep, or even a Clean Easy catalogue on the doorstep. Just keep on going. It's important to just ignore other distributors, other companies, and stick to your plan. Basically, the customers are looking for consistency and regularity, and you want to just stick to your system. And most importantly, keep good records. We're going to show you how to build a customer base, because eventually you will only go to people who have bought from you. So the record keeping for this is essential. So all you want is a notebook with a date and the street along the top. And the date the books were dropped will always be put in here. That's essential. The house numbers down the left margin. And then all you want to do when you're collecting your catalogues is make a note against each house number when you collect them. If they've looked at it, I just tick it. If they've not looked at it, I put a cross. Order, oh, no thanks. I usually score it out and put no thanks in the margin, and the same with lost or thrown out. Know how many catalogues you've delivered and how many catalogues you collected. It really is important to track your retail and also what sales were achieved. And here's a wee example of a customer record sheet, just the street name and the date along the top, and the customer details down the left hand side. Now I would add email addresses to this. Keep collecting email addresses. Now just a little tick. Cross, cross, that's a callback, that's a callback, tick, 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 cross, tick, cross, cross, cross. No orders in that one, but that is just an example. So place or post. What is posting? Well, that's a bit obvious. Putting it through the letterbox. And most people choose to work with a lot of catalogues and post them. And the other kit you can get has got 250 books, and that is perfect for posting. What is placing? And that is simply knocking on a door and giving them a catalogue. Now, if you don't have a lot of books to work with, we would suggest that you place them. You will get a far better result. And if you're delivering your catalogues in a rural area where the houses are more isolated, we suggest you place them too. But how do you feel about knocking doors? A lot of people, it's very daunting. But all you have to say is, hi, I'm just delivering the Clean Easy catalogue and I'm collecting them on Thursday, I start to walk away at that point and say, oh, and if you want, just pop it on your doorstep and that will save me disturbing you. Collecting your catalogues. Leave the catalogue for a couple of days, no longer. People will say, oh, I've not had time. But I guarantee you, if you left it for a month, they would still say that. We have to kick them into gear sometimes to get that order written. Some people say, oh, I've not written it out. Just say, no worries, I will collect it at the end of my round. I'll come back in half an hour. Or do you want me to help you write it out for you? So here's a popular retail plan. Most people who are retailing with the catalogues that get the 250 book kit will work with a good couple of 100 books twice a week. And I would recommend it will be depending on the amount of books you're working with, how often you go out and in with the catalogues. If you're working with just 10 that you get with your kit, then you'll need to get them in and out quicker to get that cash flow going, to get the sales going quicker. And if you're only working with 50, I would recommend perhaps only leaving them for one day. So place them for a day, 50 out Monday, collect back in Tuesday, 50 out Tuesday, collect back in Wednesday. That would generate great sales. But here's a popular plan. You would deliver 200 books, say, on Friday and collect them on Monday. Books out again on the Tuesday to collect in on the Thursday. And you can see your callbacks there. And I'll chat to you in a moment about how many times we call back and what we do with the callbacks. But it's really, really, really important that you track your retail business. Books out, books in. Don't forget your callbacks, total sales, average per catalogue and your weekly sales. This helps to let you see what you're getting per catalogue, so you know what you have to do to achieve your targets. But it also keeps you positive because we do have bad nights, good nights, bad nights. If you don't record it, when you have a bad night, you'll forget about these good nights. But if you've got it on this record sheet and you can see it averages out to a good amount on a weekly and a monthly basis, then it'll keep you more positive. Now, don't think it's quicker at the time not to record the information. It's very time consuming for you in the future if you don't. Some of the catalogues will be on your doorstep for collection. Those that aren't, knock the door and ask for your book. If they're not in, post sorry I missed you slip. That is really, really important. And I actually add on to the slip, please leave on doorstep for collection. And that way I find the next day that most of them are on the doorstep. But the sorry I missed you slip will let you know when you're going to return. From 150 catalogues delivered, you should collect around 2/3 of them in the first attempt. So that would be 100. Now don't worry about this. This is absolutely standard. This will vary from street to street, but it's standard. And it'll also vary depending on what time you collect. If you collect in the afternoon, for example. But you will get the majority of your books back if you follow this simple system. Always check the book to see if there's an order before you leave the door, because sometimes customers put the order in the middle of the book, but more importantly, they don't fill out their address. Because you're picking it from their doorstep, they assume you know the address. So if you can't easily see the order form, take a note in your records, no order form. And then if you get home and you find the blank order form, you'll know who it's likely to be. If you see an order, just post thank you for your order and let them know when you're delivering. If you're new, you may want to put 5 to 10 days, as you might not know when you're going to be delivering your order. But what happens is once you get a customer base, you'll order regularly the same day every week, and your customers will start to get used to that system. But return for your callbacks as soon as possible. preferably the next day, because people are less likely to forget. Now, you may have to return 3 times for some of your catalogues. What I find is you get the majority, like 2/3, as I said, the first pickup. The second callback, so let's say you were going back on Monday, sorry I missed you, I'll call back on Tuesday. On Tuesday, you get the majority of the callbacks. So let's say there's 50 callbacks, you'll get around about 40, especially if you put please leave on your doorstep for collection. And then the other half a dozen or dozen, you'll get them the next day. And the ones that you lose, just score them off. So, what to expect from a blanket drop? If you're putting them through letterboxes, we find on average that 1 in 10 buy, with the average order value being £10 at first. Now that isn't everybody spending £10, that could be somebody spending 5, somebody spending 15, somebody spending 3, somebody spending 27. But it works out round about £10 and an average of £1 in orders for each catalogue collected. Catalogues that you place in hand generate around £2 per book collected, but bear in mind that you may have to knock on 3 doors to get that book into a hand. So it actually can work out almost the same per books if you count how many doors you knock on. The sales per book will slowly increase as you start to cross off people who don't look, who don't want a book. Right, what we do is the catalogues are posted or handed to different people for 5 weeks, and then we return to where we're started. So if you go back to plan your route, you'll see we want 5 areas to blanket drop or place our books, and then we go back to the beginning. The first time we go to everybody. Now it's important to point out at this stage that there's a lot of doors will have no salesman, big red stickers. Please give them a book. They do not refer to Cluneasy catalogues. You will get the odd person who's a bit grumpy at you putting a book through, but many of my Cluneasy customers do have that on their door. Some of them purchased the house with it on. So please give them a book to absolutely everybody, unless it says no catalogues. Now, on the second visit, when you get back to the beginning, you'll miss out the people who told you they didn't want a book or already receive a book from another distributor, or if you were unable to collect it, if they lost it. And this is the start of your customer base. You're missing people out. So on the third visit, you'll miss out all of the above, plus the people who have not looked at the book. So this is going to take it down to around about half of the people. So you're getting closer to your customer base, and you should receive around £1.50 to £2 a book collected. So less books going out, more orders. And once you've been to everybody 3 times over a 15-week period, you're ready to cut out the people who don't look or don't buy from the catalogue. So even if they've looked 3 times, we'll cut them off. Now, some people give them a longer time, 4 or 5 times, before they decide to score them off. Personally, I score them off after the 3rd visit. So if they've looked and they've not bought, I don't want window shoppers, I will score them off. And I do blanket drops, and I'm going to recommend that you do the odd blanket drop throughout the year to top up your customer base and pick up new customers. So I could pick them up later. But instead of visiting 100 houses and collecting £100 orders, you'll deliver to 100 houses and collect approximately £250 to £3 of orders. The average for a new customer base is £3 per book. The houses will be a bit further apart, and you'll find that you'll be able to fit all your customers into around 3 weeks. This is obviously dependent on how much you want to retail per period. But if you want good retail in the week 4 and 5, which is now free, start another blanket drop in an area close to where you're working, and then just continue in the same format as when you first started until you remove the non-buyers and the non-lookers. It's worthwhile pointing out that once you start to service these customers regularly, that £2.50 a book will increase to around about £5. Now, the way that we do that is by crossing off people who perhaps only ordered once and never order again, or people that we never get the book back from. You want to just have a really solid bank of good customers, so you will tweak it and take some customers out, and this is why we do blanket drops, to boost it throughout the year. So once you do that, that will increase to £5 a week, and I know a book rather, and I know people who are getting £7 to £10 a book, especially at Christmas time. So make a plan and stick to it. Work with your planner. Don't change it for minor things. Change it only for major things. It's just like if you were working for a boss. You don't go in tomorrow and take tomorrow off and go in the next day and take the next day off. You have to be consistent and regular to build a good customer base. And when collecting, don't forget to take your record book, pencils as well as a pen, because if it rains, a pen doesn't work in the rain. Sorry I missed you. Thank you for your order, and a nice big smile, no matter how grumpy the customer is with you. So what makes retailing tick? Consistency. Make a plan and stick to it. The customers will expect it. Regularity. Maintain a frequency. Again, your customers will expect it every 5 weeks. Reliability. Be there without fail when you say you will be. So if your books have got Tuesday, go back on Tuesday. If your sorry slips have got Thursday, go back on Thursday. If your delivery slip has got Friday, deliver on Friday. Personalise. Get your name in front of the customers at every available opportunity. And refund or replace without question, even if the customers wish to return goods supplied by another distributor. We have a system where you can help the customer return a product to Clean Easy. You just return it with your own returns and it doesn't affect you at all. Clean Easy will send them a cheque. So sort out for them. You'll gain a customer. And letterbox or place, if you can only afford a few catalogues or you're working rural, then definitely place your catalogues and reduce your pickup time, as I said previously, to a day. Above all, build a customer base, but this means keeping records for day one, getting to know your customers by name and building a relationship with them. The building a relationship is another reason this £2.50 per book will increase to £5 a book for a customer base, what we call a mature customer base. So you're retailing with the catalogues. If you do £1,000 retail, that will earn you £210 retail profit. You'll achieve a £60 volume profit bonus, and that will give you a total profit of £270. But we now have online. So let's imagine you did 1,000 online, so 2,000 in sales, one online and one with the catalogues. You still get your 210, and you would get 150 if it was K-Life products. You would get 210 if it was Clean Easy products, but I'm basing this example on K-Life products because most people are selling them at the moment online. And your volume profit, instead of being 60, would be 140, giving you a total profit of £500. So my tip would be to use both retail vehicles. If you get started with the virtual kit online, Use your free catalogues to get sales and customers from friends, family, colleagues, just people generally you bump into on a day-to-day basis. And then get the free books and build a customer base door to door, slowly but surely. And if you top up your online sales with some catalogue sales, you're definitely going to make a lot more money, and vice versa. Thank you very much for your time. The next video is retail, how to sell on Facebook, setting up your Facebook group.